Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are studying Shiva Panchakshara Stotram. The mantra which is known to almost many people, Om Namah Shivaya. So there are 5 letters, Namaha Shivaya. Correspondingly, there are 5 verses composed by the great master Shankaracharya. And the purpose of this mantra chanting is we go from the manifest to the unmanifest. Human mind can survive only if there are forms or there are sounds. If there is no sound and no form, human mind dissolves. As long as the human mind is active, till then this world is meaningful. When the mind is enfolded, like in deep sleep, then the world doesn't exist. Therefore, we have to find out something different. We know only 2 extremes. One is, mind is multi-pointed, constantly thinking about so many things, so many beings, so many issues. One extreme. It is easier to be an extremist. And the other extreme is zero thoughts, deep sleep. No thoughts. And both these extremes are detrimental. They are not good for a dignified quality life. Then what should be the third option? The third option is the mind is single pointed. So 3 options: zero pointed, deep sleep; multi pointed, when we are coming in contact with the world; single pointed means the mind is available to us whenever we want, for whatever job we want, for whatever length of period we want. The mind is available to us. This is the quality of the mind which is needed for leading a dignified, fulfilled life. There are 3 types of people. First type of people are those who imagine difficulty and never start anything. Worst kind of people. There are second type of people, they are enthusiastic to begin with something, and after some time they give up. They are not persistent. Such people keep on jumping from this job to that job, this place to that place. They don't have the foundation of stability. And the second type of people are those who start and give up halfway. And the third type of people are those, more the difficulties come in their life, they take it as a challenge and work persistently with perseverance. That is what is life of all the successful people. Those who are dropouts, I want to do this thing, do it for some time and give up. I want to do that thing, do for some time, give up. See? If you start digging a well, in 10 places, you will never get waters. Keep on making the hole in one place, you will definitely get. Therefore, the mind has to be understood and worked upon. So, our mind is lost in sounds. So many sounds. Meaningful, not meaningful. And then we get tired. And when the mind gets tired, it wants to go to the other extreme, go to sleep. The third option is to be cultivated. See? We have to work for maintaining the health, although health is our natural condition. Diseases come, we don't have to do anything. In the same manner, disturbances, abnormalities, addictions, frustration, depression, that will come in the mind. Health we have to maintain. And for maintaining the health of the mind, we have to start working on the mind. So like for the body, there is a body health. So the different types of treatments according to that. I saw in Nadim's desk, if you want to lose fat, put a staple on your stomach, you will eat less, and then you will reduce your weight. What about the mind? You can't put on a staple on the mind. Then go to Indirama. She will put a staple on the mind. But putting the staple will not help. Mind has to be controlled. Controlled mind is equal to disciplined mind plus educated mind. Mind has to be disciplined. And the discipline is the dignity of a cultured human being. A person who doesn't have discipline in his life is like a dry leaf of a tree, falls and goes here and there without any destination to reach. These problems are sorted out by this Om Namah Shivaya. When we chant Om Namah Shivaya, this sound is heard by others. Om Namah Shivaya. This speech is labeled as Vaikhari Vani. Vaikhari Vani means the speech which is heard by others also. Then behind this speech, there is another speech called as Madhyama Vani, which is not heard by others, but we talk to ourselves. This is the second stage, subtler. And such people consider themselves to be sentimental. Keep on talking. What about, no, I am little sentimental, Nobody gives any attention to me. I have come here, nobody even asked me who are you. Sentimental. Sentimental is the initial stage of becoming mental in a later stage. Like centimeter becomes a meter, sentimental becomes a mental. Then subtler than this Madhyama Vani is Pashyanti Vani. Pashyanti Vani is the one where the word and the thought, they are not yet separated. It is a stage, just to give an example. If you take the gram dry seed, is so hard, if you try to bite, your teeth will come out. But when you put it overnight in the water, it becomes swollen. That state is the Pashyanti Vani, where differentiation of the sound and the thought has not yet begun, but it is ready to begin. Third step. We live either in the Vaikhari Vani in the waking state, or we live in the Madhyama Vani or in the dream state. It is not that we dream only in the night when we sleep. We dream even during the day, sitting like some. Hey, what are you looking at? Oh, no, nothing. Why nothing? You are dreaming something. And this is how these two places we keep on chanting. And then our mind and we become the biggest problem for ourselves. If there is biggest enemy in this world, is the uncontrolled mind. If there is a best friend in the world, is a controlled mind. Atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmana. We are our friend if the mind is under control. We are our enemies if the mind is not under control. See? Therefore, this japa when it started, we start chanting with the Vaikhari Vani. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. By this chanting, two things happen. Number one, others do not bother us. This is how I protect myself from the world. When I am going somewhere by flights or trains or anywhere, people will come, oh Swamiji, I am very happy, I want to ask you some question. Again the rubbish begins. So I immediately take out my mala. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Swamiji, you are doing japa. Okay. So the Lord's name protects you from the public. They won't bother you. Unnecessarily getting involved in this world. There is no need. The second thing is, our speech becomes purified. And the mind becomes slowly single-pointed. It is for this purpose, in every religion, they give a mala and ask you to chant the mantra. It is for this purpose, the Om Namah Shivaya is chanted. So, what I say will not help you unless you do it. Otherwise, it is like a lady who went to the doctor and said, Dr. Sahab, I want to reduce my weight, I am too fat. Big W. You know the meaning of big W? Fat lady. W stands for a woman. So, one big W went to the doctor and said that I want to reduce my weight, give me some diet scheme. So the doctor wrote and reported me after 1 month. After 1 month she became double. Doctor, it can't. It is a tested scheme I gave you. Tell me what you did. See, sir, I was eating all the things that you gave me after my usual eating. So instead, this becoming a medicine, it became a poison. In the same manner, when we are told, chant this mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, it should become a medicine and not a poison. And for that, if we observe certain strict rules in life, when we wake up in the morning, what we eat, when we sleep, what we read, see, everything is involved, not only one thing. So, we chant this mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Don't worry initially about the meaning of the mantra. Only train the mind. And when this mantra becomes saturated, then even in the dream you will keep on chanting. And by this, be attentive, by this we arrest all unwanted thoughts, entry in the mind. Because the mind is busy. It is something like, diseases are foreign bodies. The bacteria, viruses, they are foreign bodies. The medicine, they are also foreign bodies. So the unhealthy agents of diseases are removed by another medicine which is also a foreign body. And then both of them are thrown out of the body. In the same manner, unwanted, non-stop, disgusting thinking is suspended by chanting the Lord's name. And thereafter, this also becomes silent. Then this Om Namah Shivaya Japa will migrate from our mouth to the Madhyama Vani, which is at the throat level. And when the Japa comes in the Madhyama Vani, your dreams start changing. You will never have bad dreams. You will never have bad thoughts. Even if they come, the frequency will be less. The intensity will be minimum. Because now at a subtler level, the old habits of thinking by the mind is totally quietened. And when this japa goes from the Vaikhari to the Madhyama, then the mind starts inquiring. What is the meaning of Om Namah Shivaya? And then that inquiry brings us to this mantra. So, yesterday we have seen what is the meaning of Namah Shivaya. Na means what, that we have seen. And today we will see Ma, Namah Shivaya. What is the meaning of Ma? So, Na was Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya Mandakini Salilachandana Charjitaya Nandishvara Pramatanatha Maheshwaraya Mandara Pushpa Bahupushpa Supujitaya Tasmai Makaraya Namah Shivaya. Now the meaning of the Ma is given. In the first verse we see how the bad things becomes good. How the venom becomes a medicine. See? The anti-venom serum is produced out of the venom itself. They go on diluting it to such an extent, the diluted venom becomes a medicine. Exactly the same way, the diluted ego becomes an ornament. Nagendra Haraya. This we have seen. Then, when this ego becomes diluted, then Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya, then we lose our identity, we lose our individuality, and we merge in the totality. That is the meaning of chanting the Lord's name. Where I dissolves, only the truth remains. Whenever we are disturbed, whenever we are hurt, whenever we are miserable, understand to that degree our ego is very strong. Very simple rule. More easily we get hurt, very strong is our ego. We get disturbed, our ego is very poisonous. The ego is to be recognized by us. The moment you get disturbed, the hood of ego is coming out. Like we have gotten an email, comes, ego must go. It should not stay. So keep this eye on this ego. The moment you are disturbed, ego has come up. Therefore, the first verse told us that make your ego an asset and not a liability. There is one book. We have that book here? I think there is one book. Same thing. If you read the full title of that book, Ego Factor, an asset or a liability. Ego is an asset as well as a liability. I am Nadine's son, ego. Therefore, I should serve her. She is my mom. So this ego is an asset. My life is disciplined. See? Liability, why should I? I look after myself. I don't care for others. Living a selfish, stinky life, then ego becomes a liability. Ego alone helps us in being responsible in life. I am the son of so and so. How can I behave like this? I belong to that tradition. How can I be so cheap in my lifestyle? So much money, time, energy, efforts my parents have spent on me. How can I just disregard their contribution in my life? This ego. But this ego is an asset because it is controlling us. But the same ego becomes a liability. I don't care for others. I'll do what I like. See, friends, so the first verse told us that convert your negative aspect of the ego into an asset. Let the ego be not a liability, but let it be the asset. Now for that, in the second verse, the method of dissolving the ego is indicated. So be very attentive. There are different relations in this world. One relation, I versus you. In that I versus you relationship, there is competition, jealousy, fault finding, blaming others for all the problems of life. If I am a husband, the cause of my misery is my wife. If I am a wife, the cause of my misery is my husband. If I am parents, the cause of my misery is my children. If we are children, the cause of my misery is my parents. We are so set in our default settings that we have become expert blaming others for all our miseries. This relationship, I versus you. The second relationship is I versus my God. Invocation of the principle of devotion. So when I relate myself with others, competition, jealousy, success, failure, anger, everything. But when I relate myself with the God, then all these things disappear. We are not jealous of God. God, you are enjoying a big piece of God. No, we are not jealous of God. We don't compete with Him. See, friends, then what do? We surrender. We don't argue. With the contemporaries, we keep on arguing. See, there was one lady in India. She was the first bank manager at a national level in a very big bank. First lady. So she was honored by one management association and I was invited to honor her. So she was asked to speak. I was also sitting on the same dais. And then she spoke about her career as a banker She started as an officer and how she rose to that state. And people are not interested in her professional expertise. Then question answers. So they ask, how come you could do it? You have husband, you have children. How could you manage? She said something great, which was really touching. She said, when I got married, my mother told me one thing: don't compete with your husband. Always be a follower. Remain one step behind. Then you will have no problems in life. She said, this principle which my mother gave me at the time of marriage, I am following it in letter and spirit. The net result is, we have no difference of opinions. How simple it is. Because she has surrendered to the advice given by the mother. Mother will not give a wrong advice. But what happens? I versus you. I have done this job. I have cooked. You should wash the dishes. No. This is not life, friends. It is not a bargain. This is where the ego becomes strong. So I versus you, one level of relationship. Me versus my God, second level of relationship. Wherein this I is surrendered, no competition. One more example I'll give you. This understanding. This happened in US. I stay with one family there, like I am staying here with Acha. So a young couple, that time they had 2 children. The elder daughter was about 5 years and the younger was 3 years. And I was staying with them. I said, hey, you are hosting me, it's okay for me. But how do you know me? Who am I? I have never seen you. And you are just inviting me. They said, no, Swamiji, we have not seen you, but we have been hearing you for many years. And then that girl told me, Swamiji, me and my husband used to constantly fight on every issue. Everywhere, if he says this is green, I have to say no, it is red. If he says we should go for food in a hotel, I say no, we'll eat at home. If he says that let us have a cold drink, I'll say no, we should have hot coffee. That was constantly going on. And every small thing was issue. Then I heard your talks on choti choti baatein, means don't sweat over small stuff. I heard that talk, and then some more talks I heard, and I discovered one thing, that I was making prestige issue out of nothing. From that day, I understood external things outside the house, he is better than me, I accepted it. And both of them are educated, both of them are software engineers, both of them are earning 5-digit salaries. But she accepted it. The outside things, whatever he does, what fridge is to be bought, what car is to be brought, what things, let him do, I have no problem. Inside the house, everything I take care. And he helps me. You have changed our life by the simple thing. There is nothing that is gained by arguments. And to train ourselves, we have to find out some higher altar. That higher altar is called as God or Guru or whatever principle you have. See? So the second relationship is this, that we surrender at an altar. And when we surrender, I starts dissolving. There is no competition, there is no jealousy, there is no comparison, there is no evaluation. See? Second relationship. Third relationship is how the God looks at the world, how the mother looks at the child. Think. The child may be dumb, but for the mother, the child is so intelligent. The child may be doing all wrong things, but the mother glorifies the child. One thing I'll tell you about this child's love, mother's love for the child, to understand this relationship. One day there was a young mother. She had a baby about 8 months, and on my last day of talk, I was sitting and distributing fruits, prasad. She came at the end. She said, Swamiji, I wanted to come and meet you and bring my baby, but I could not. And now I have made it a point today, I have to go, and I came. This is my son. So she gave her son in my lap. I said, Mama, thank you very much. I am sitting here on a Vyaspeeth. When people give me here, it becomes mine. Like when the people give me fruits, it becomes mine. They give me money, it becomes mine. You are a great mother. You have given me your son. Now I will make a sannyasi out of him. And she started crying. No, Swamiji. I said, once you give something, you can't take it back. Now he is my son. I'll teach him, train him into a big sannyasi. And thus I was playing fool with her, with the child, and suddenly the fragrance started coming. I said, hey, Mama, take him away, useless fellow. Dirty? What do you think? Am I a bathroom or what? Take him away. And that mother was very happy. Swamiji, you are really divine. I said, what happened? He has not gone for last 3 days. By your touch, he has gone. Now imagine, for the mother, even the defecation by the child is a great thing. See? This is how God looks at His creation. This is how we have to develop a vision. Look at the world as God looks at His creation. See, friends, don't you see the mothers? Their son, their daughter is the best. If other mother is talking about their son, their daughter, this mother gets angry. And I think like that, my son is the best one. Useless. Change this vision. The third stage, relationship. And the fourth one, going beyond all cause and effect. Remaining at peace with everyone, every place, every situation. These are the stages through which we have to go. Therefore, presently, when we are living, I versus you, husband versus wife, children versus children, now rise above. Now, I versus God. So, we start a new chapter in our life. And that chapter is the chapter of devotion. Be attentive. When love is towards mundane, worldly things, it is called as attachment. When the love is for something higher, it is called as devotion. Love is the same love. It is something like, love means devotion. Devotion means bhakti. It is a very beautiful thought. Food with devotion is prasad. Okay. Money with devotion is donation. Okay. This devotion will change everything around us. And for that, here is the technique. The first technique is Mandakini Sanila Chandana Charchitaya. Lord Shiva is always worshipped by pouring the waters on the Shivalinga. You don't require anything special. To have devotion, you require more of heart and less of the other things around. So, if you take, I have seen this in one family, the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. This happened in Assam in India. Very sweet, nice family. So when I went to their house, we had a nice talk and food and all that. Then I went and met her mother-in-law, that lady's mother-in-law. And she was around 80 or 85. But she was so sweet And the daughter-in-law was okay. I said, hey, daughter-in-law, I'll tell you something which you will not like. But I'm going to tell you. Why? Your mother-in-law looks like the daughter-in-law and you look like a mother-in-law. You look older than your mother-in-law. Swamiji, what you tell is true. I am also worried why this is so. She looks so young, full of charm. I said, what is the reason? I don't know. I said, okay, let's go and talk to her. I asked her. He said, Swamiji, nothing. I don't take the leftover food. I take the food which is lying on the table latest for 4 hours. If it is 4 hours and a half hour, I don't eat that food. I take little quantity. And I spend most of my time in chanting the Lord's name. My mind doesn't go anywhere. I have zero efforts in keeping the mind quiet. Mind makes us aged or young. The mind is all the time disturbed. We are either agitated or we are depressed. It is not samadhi. Like you must have seen the drug addicts, how they are in the Shambhavi Mudra. No. Life is full of charm, joy. Because she had that great devotion. 2 things she was told. One is food habit. Take always fresh food, little food. Take 2-3 times a day. Normally, in the Western world, they'll be cooking for the whole week. Take out from the fridge, put into the microwave, make a pindadanam and give it to her. Ram, Ram, Ram. Eat little fresh. See the changes that comes in them. So, this will be done when these rules are there. In many houses there are rules. Unless the food is offered to the Lord, nobody eats the food at home. So the lady of the house, she cooks the food, enough for the family, and then put before the Lord. It is offered, Om Pranaya Swaha, Vyanaya Swaha, Dhanaya Swaha, Samanaya Swaha. And after the food is offered, then it becomes prasad, and then everybody eats that. When the God principle is involved in our day-to-day life, life becomes self-disciplined. This is the first instruction. Mandakini Salila Chandana Charchitaya, then Nandishvara Pramathanata Maheshwaraya. Then who is this Lord Shiva? In front of Lord Shiva there is a bull. Nandi is called as. That Nandi is the carrier of Lord Shiva. Whenever Lord Shiva has to go here and there, he sits on the Nandi, and Nandi is like we have got the Mercedes. In the same way, Lord Shiva's Vahan is Nandi. Nandi means, Nanda means Ananda. He rides on happiness and moves around in the world. He doesn't go frustrated. See, friends, this is one of the biggest spiritual practice. Be attentive. We express 3 ways: actions, words, thoughts. And all the 3 things we do for getting happiness. We do something, so I get happiness. We speak something, so I get happiness. I think something, so I get happiness. It has never helped us. Now try the other way around. Whatever you do happily. When you talk happily. Rather than barking, must have seen. Many people, they don't talk, they bark. Why you have come late? Where you have gone? Oh, Hare Ram. He is your husband, he has come tired from the work and you are barking at him. See, friends, it's a very simple spiritual practice. Whatever we do it happily. When you talk happily. When you think happily. See? When you think happily, when you talk happily, when you do happily, you cannot be destructive. A happy person is always constructive, creative. Can somebody say, suppose I go and tell my girlfriend, darling, today I am so happy, I tell you, I just want to cut you into pieces. No, it cannot happen. See, this is the meaning, Nandishwara Pramathanada Ganeshwara Maheshwara. He is the master of happiness. And therefore, through him, happiness is the only expression of life. Friends, get this point across. Don't struggle to get happiness in this world. You are the source of all happiness in the world. When the wise and otherwise person eats the sweet meat, their understanding is different. For the ignorant fool, he thinks the sweetness is coming out of that particular object. The wise man knows, I have sprinkled my sweetness on that object and I am enjoying my own sweetness. See, this is what Lord Shiva is. Now be attentive. If we are thus God-oriented devotees, a devotee can never be miserable. To say, I have faith in God and to be miserable is contradiction in terms. That heart where God is, misery cannot be. Where there is sun, darkness cannot be. To say that I am a devotee of the Lord and I am very confused, I am very unfortunate, no, please. Every event in our life is created by us. God has not created anything. One man went to God and said, Oh God, these young girls are so beautiful, so nice. Why the wives are so terrible? God said, young girls I have created, wife you have created. That is your creation, it is not my creation. We are all miserable in our creation. In God's creation, there is no misery. See? Nandishwara Pramadhanatha Maheshwaraya, then Mandara Pushpa Bahu Pushpa Subhujitaya. Then Lord Shiva is offered wonderful, beautiful, fragrant flowers in offering the puja. See? Like on Valentine Day, we take the same recyclable flower for every year. Here, we take the fresh flowers and offer to the Lord. See, friends, the very thought, when I am talking, that as if I am offering the flower to the Lord, immediately everything disappears. Because flowers carry fragrance. Be attentive. Fragrance are, in the mystic language, impressions on our mind. So, we take the flower. The right method is taking the flower and bringing it to your heart and then offering to the Lord. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So we offer all the negativities of our heart at the feet of the Lord. O Lord, kindly remove all of them. I am tired of my own negativities. Please help me. Please help me. If we are the devotees of the Lord, we should never have negativity in our mind. Look at the world with the right perspective. we are not ready to understand the standpoint of others. And we think we are doing the right way. Recently this happened somewhere in India. There was one, boy who came and stayed with me for 1 month. Young boy, maybe about 11 years of age. So I said, hey, you came all the way from US to stay with me. What will you do with me? I am all the time busy with my lectures or with my computers. I'll put you in some houses where a boy of your age is available, so you can see what is Indian life and all. So I put him. And then last 3-4 days of his departure, he said, Swami, can I stay with you for at least 3-4 days, if not all the time? I said, okay, come. He came, 11 years old. And I did a mistake. Mistake was, I asked, say, hey, how is mom and dad? Oh God, Swamiji, you have spoiled my vacation. What happened? They are kids. Keep on fighting all the time. See? Friends, children observe the parents as ideal. Children don't learn from teaching. No teacher can teach anybody in this world unless somebody is ready to learn. In the process of teaching, it is learning that is more important, not teaching. When these husband and wife, they are constantly fighting, this is what the children learn. You must have seen the children when they play home. Nobody writes dialogue for them. They see every day what is happening in the house. And the same dialogues come. One child was playing a husband and his sister playing as a wife. He comes from outside and he says, is there something to eat in this house? So that baby, his sister, now become wife, she says, the moment you come in the house, eat my head. Then he says, if I eat your head, I will go starving, empty head. Everyday dialogue. Nobody has to teach. And then she takes out, eat this. Yesterday's leftover, anyway it was going waste, eat it. Bhagavad Gita says, Yadyad acharati srishtaha tatta devetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanuvartate. People learn from our actions more than from our words. The reason is, we are the descendants of the apes. Monkeys can learn easily. You know, this husband and wife, their bedroom is meant not for making love, but for fighting. Fight yourself whatever you want. But when you come out as one. This is what life means. One couple in Bombay, it happened, married for 15 years. Recently, before I came, I sorted out their problem. And I had gone for their marriage. And they came, Swamiji, we are fighting and we decided to separate and all that. And I said, look here, I came for your marriage. Yes. What did I tell you? Do you remember? I remember. I told you marriage means 1 + 1 is equal to 1. In the marriage, 1 + 1 is equal not to 2. 1 + 1 is equal to 1. So you are one. How can one fight? Swamiji, this is the problem. What problem? Which one? See, friend, husband or the wife? See, friends, dissolve your ego. And to dissolve the ego, the wave must not look at other wave. The wave must look at the ocean. That house where devotional atmosphere is predominant, in that house, this virus of ego becomes totally nullified. It is for this purpose This devotion is indicated Mandakini Salila Chandana Charchitaya Nandishwara Pramathanata Maheshwaraya Mandara Pushpa Bahu Pushpa Supujitaya Tasmai Makaraya Namah Shivaya. To that, Lord Shiva, our salutations. In Narad Bhakti Sutra, one sutra comes. What is the meaning of love? There the word is bhakti. What is the meaning of bhakti or love or devotion? It means tasmin tat sukha sukhitvam. Means love is that by which our beloved becomes happy. How simple it is. Not I become happy. There should be a competition between the husband and wife. How much more I can make him happy. But it is the other way around. How much more miserable I can make him. And this principle of devotion, once it is invoked in your heart, friends, you will see, you will be always at peace with yourself. A person who is at peace with himself or herself is at peace with the whole world. A person who is at war with himself or herself cannot be at peace with the world. It is something like this. You must have seen, according to my understanding, God created this world for fun. Just time pass. Like we went to the Mutton Bird Island. Nothing to achieve, just for fun we went and came back. In the same manner, God created this world. And there cannot be fun unless there is some diversity. So, He brings the two souls together and they are called as husband and wife. And their spellings are S-O-L-E, not S-O-U-L. So the two souls are brought together. And they are exactly of the opposite nature. If the husband is very methodical, systematic, cool, quiet, wife will be exactly opposite. So husband comes from the work, finishes his things, and he goes to sleep coolly. And this lady, she doesn't get sleep. Then she becomes more angry. See, I am tired here and he's just sleeping like that. Don't sleep like that. When you don't get sleep, you don't like others sleeping. See, learn this point. If you are happy, at peace with yourself, you will be at peace with the whole world. This is what devotion means. Devotion is not putting on the various marks on the head. Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, the definition of a devotee. Yasmannodvijate lokaha, lokannodvijate chayaha, harsha-marsha bhayodvegaihi, muktaha yaha, sachame priyaha. He who is not a problem for others, and he who doesn't take others as a problem, he is my devotee. How simple definition. Yasmannod vijate lokaha. People are not fed, oh God, that fellow has come, now he'll start eating my head. No. We must be received with love wherever we go. And this can happen only if there is that fountain of love constantly bringing out the showers of joy every moment. Why the people go the wrong way is only because of this. When the children get friends in their parents, the children will not run on the road running after clubs and drugs. They don't get anything at home, they have to run out. In the same manner, that house where good food is cooked, nobody will go to the hotels. That house where there is love, there is no need to go and search anywhere else. That house where there is peace, there is no peace discovered in the bottle. See how simple it is. Therefore, friends, devotion means our life is such that sarvani bhutani enam samvanchanti. All people want us. This is the beauty of this stotra. Mandakini salila chandana charchitaya Nandishvara pramarthanatha maheshwaraya Mandara pushpa bahu pushpa supujitaya Tasmai makaraya namah shivaya. See, friends, now the next verse goes, so na ma we have seen, now Shivaya, she. Shivaya Gauri Vadanabja Vrinda Suryaya Dakshadvaranashakaya Sri Neelakantaya Vrushadvajaya Tasmai Shikaraya Namah Shivaya. The third word is she, and the meaning of the third word she is given. I'll give it short, and in next class we'll explain in detail. Shivaya Gauri Vadanabja Vrinda. Shiva is the one who is supporting the smile on the face of his wife. Wife should be happy to see the husband. Oh God, this fellow has again come. No. Look at the world with love, affection, cheer. Then Suryaya Dakshadvaranashakaya. So he is like the sun, and who is the destroyer of the one yajna which was done by the Daksha. I'll tell the detail tomorrow. Sri Neelakantaya Vrishadvajaya. He is having the blue throat, Neelakantha, and Vrishadvajaya, who has the Vrishabha as his carrier. Tasmai Shikaraya Namah Shivaya. To that Lord Shiva, where the she is the third letter, our salutations. In this manner, this mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, is very potent mantra. Whenever you get time, when you are disturbed, take a mala in the hand, or doesn't matter, you can do with the fingers also, and decide, unless I complete one full mala, I am not going to take even a glass of water. Make it firm. Second thing, day begins with a fresh water bath. Bath is not taken only for cleaning the body, it's also meant for cleaning the mind. So begin your day in a fresh mode, take bath, sit before the Lord, put some flowers, put some lamp or joystick, take the mala in the hand. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Let the whole mala be completed. And once you train yourself like this, the mind will learn how to listen. Many times our mind is not listening. The mind either goes to sleep or it is reacting. Because we have not learned the art of listening. The art of listening is like the monkeys. If you have seen the monkeys, when a lot of food is given to them, they keep on eating and collect it in a parking lot. A big thing is here, you know. And then they will sit in one comfortable place, take out one chickpea, then take out another one. Because every time they won't get the food. In the same manner, good thoughts, ideas we get in the satsang, so absorb, keep them in your thing. And when you are all by yourself, take out one by one. Oh, Swami said that devotion means nobody is disturbed because of us, and we are not disturbed because of others. But my husband, no, you are not supposed to get disturbed. In this manner, try. it will help. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.